Hello all, welcome to Smart Classes. In today's class, we will discuss about the current affairs of February 2020. Firstly, we'll go to Anthapragna, a technical festival which is conducted by RGUKT, Basar, Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge and Technologies, Basara, which was the brilliant idea of our former Chief Minister Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy. He has established this institute in order to provide free education for free education in higher studies for poor people in villages could not study engineering because of their disadvantages. So in order to help them do engineering and excel in their lives, this institute was instituted by our former chief minister Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy. So they have conducted a rural technical festival which was one of its kind. It was the first rural technical festival conducted in India by these students. So it was inaugurated by M. Prashanti, district collector of Nizamabad. So this fest took place for 3 days. During this fest, students have made 300 prototypes in order to help villagers automatic lighting, switching for water, like the motors for water, for giving water to the fields, and home electricity, smoke absorbers, smart dustbins, zero budget farming. Many different kinds of prototypes were developed by the students of RGUKT, students and faculty of RGUKT. The theme of this Antapragna was spot and encourage rural tech innovators. So, this was the first, the RGUKT is also the first institute to implement blockchain technology. The, yeah, among large number of programs they have conducted during Antapragna, one of the most important was Astrospace Champ. In this program, they have collaborated with SSERT, Society for Space Education Research and Development, in order to educate students in the field of space. Yeah, how can they get into space? Like, how can they do research in space? How can they work regarding the space? So to enlighten students regarding their career path in the space technology, this program was conducted. So, going to the next news, Hyderabad Metro Rail has become the India's second largest metro project because a new line has been opened by our Chief Minister KCR on 7th February 2020. So this new line goes from JPS to MGPS, that is Jubilee Bus Stand, to Mahatma Gandhi Bus Stand, which extends for 11 kilometers, and the total operational distance with this becomes 69.2 kilometers. So which is the second position, and the first one is Delhi, third one is in Karnataka. And this project is also the world's largest public private partnership project, and the total cost of the project was 20,000 crores. And then India's first energy neutral stations have been developed in South Central Railway Zone. Total of 11 stations have been made net zero. That is, energy is produced and used in the same place. Energy is not bought, or energy is not buy from the grid. Energy is not generated outside. Energy is generated inside the station and used inside the station. They have generated energy using solar panels, that is solar photovoltaic cells. So using solar photovoltaic cells, they have generated the capacity of these photovoltaic cells was 99 kilowatt power, and the cost for installation of these solar plants was 50 lakh rupees, and 1.3 lakh units of electricity is generated every year, and 13 lakhs rupees of money is saved every year. That is, energy is saving 13 lakh rupees for this South Central Railway Zone. And then the fourth important news is our ex-MP Narayan Reddy passed away. So ex-MP Narayan Reddy is an important person in the 1969 Telangana movement. Basically, he was the MP. He was an independent candidate elected as an MP, and he has introduced a bill in Lok Sabha saying that parliamentary committee has to be constituted on the development of Telangana. The bill was eventually refused, but the issue of Telangana has been discussed in the Lok Sabha by almost and most of the Indians came to know about the issue of Telangana Andhra Pradesh because of him. So he has expired on February 2nd, 2020 at the age of 89, and he was the first member who raised separate Telangana issue in Lok Sabha, and he has been elected as an MP from Nizamabad in 1967. And then IIT Hyderabad has come up with a new molecule, that is, they have invented a new molecule which is aim 4 to treat rare ALS neurodegenerative disease. Basically, what is this disease? This disease affects voluntary muscle movement and leads to paralysis and death. This is what you need to know. Like ALS is nothing but amyotrophic lateral cirrhosis. So basically, this disease relates to the voluntary movement and it can lead to the paralysis and death. IIT Hyderabad students and the faculty have come up with a molecule which is known as AIM4. This AIM4 can treat this disease. And the scientists who were involved in the research were Basank Kumar Patel, Sandeep Singh, Rajkumara Errappa. And then a conference has been conducted which is known as BioAsia 2020, which it is the 17th edition, and it is the Asia's largest biotechnology and life sciences forum. And the theme of this conference was Today for Tomorrow. It was conducted on 17 February 2020, and Switzerland is the partner country in conducting this conference. And the partner states were Assam, Kerala, Odisha, and Gujarat. It is organized by the government of Telangana in partnership with Ernst Young Private Limited and Federation of Biotech Association, Ministry of MSME, Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, and DPIIT have also took part in the organization of this conference. And there was a report released in this conference, and the title of this report is Today for Tomorrow, Realizing the Potential of Life Sciences. According to this report, average drug manufacturing utilization rate in India is 75%, which is really high. India is the largest provider of generic drugs. Almost 40% of the US demand for generic drugs is being fulfilled by the Indian pharmaceutical companies, and 25% of the UK's all generic drugs is provided by the Indian pharmaceutical companies again. India supplies 50% of the global demand for vaccines and 80% of the drugs for AIDS. And then average speed, average spend on research and development has increased from 5.9% to 8.8% from 2020 to 2018. That is 5%, 5.9% of the sales has been used on the research and development of new medicines. And in 2018, it has increased to 8.8%. And then Nation Cyber Reach Innovation and Capacity Center. This was established at Central Detective Training Institute, and it was inaugurated by our Home Minister Kishan Reddy, Ministry of State Home Minister Kishan Reddy. It is being set up by Bureau of Police Research and Development Cell, and the objective of this is to help combat cyber threats. That is, cyber security training is given to the police, and new cyber related technologies have been developed in order to get advanced and the most innovative technology to combat terrorism, thieves, and all the illegal activities and all the atrocities which have been conducted in the country. So, this was established in Hyderabad at Central Detective Training Institute. That's it for today. Thank you. Please subscribe and share if you like this video.